Hello everyone. I am back from Anime North, and this is not a scheduled show. This is Peekaboo, so maybe no one's gonna come in and see me. But if you happen to be awake out there, and you happen to be coming across me as being live online, come on in. I got people to talk about. I got things to say. And eventually, by the end of this week, I will have new stuff to show you from my adventures in Toronto at Anime North. I literally got in the door. I still have the mud of Toronto all the way up my ankles over my beautiful Goth Mary Janes. And I'm wearing rainbow socks. Want to shout out to Ragdoll out there. You would have been proud of me today at Doll North because me and my little friend, my little clown, you guys will find out later, we went to Doll Bingo and we cleaned up. We won 5 times. And I also went to this amazing anime, how I got into the business designing characters from 3 amazing artists from Japan. That was like half the morning long. And I was winning. I won like 3 times rock, paper, scissors with the group. Of many people did win. And I came away with like really nice stylized. Look, there's stuff out there that I've always been a fan of, and even some of them that I've considered cosplaying for YetiCon coming up. And I met the artists who drew some of those characters or worked on those shows and worked for those companies and and one of them that's there, I have to look up their names, I'll be honest with you, because I've forgotten. But the guy in the middle, his story so much like gives me hope that I can make a change in a direction in what I'm doing too. So I will draw badlies for you. Maybe I'll turn our lores that we've been developing together into comic books or comic strips. I don't know, because my memes are getting bigger. My memes are become little like miniature comics. I went to a man who teaches drawing comics for a living. The art involved, I went to one of his workshops, which is also really awesome. Every day I hit 1 or 2 really big things. I did not even make it to the gaming pavilion. Guys, it was up a hill behind 2 other big buildings, like big convention center buildings. I never made it there. I didn't bring my leg brace. I couldn't do it. In that rain, the only thing I'm really sad about, I missed out on the car show and I missed out on the night raves, but they were canceled because it was just so cold, windy, and rainy, and the rain has never stopped the entire weekend. I'm very sad about that, but at least nobody got to do it. If I'm gonna be sad about it, at least it's not like I bailed on the first night because I got majorly sick there. And Ragdoll, like, shout out to you. I'm really sorry. And Big D from Werewolves and Villagers, you know who you are. I know you don't want to be advertised online, but I'm just gonna say Big D, thank you so much for being my friend on my first day there. I really did want to go, but I couldn't make it to the fashion show. I couldn't make it to Werewolves and Villagers. I got sick in a way that I could not find and get into a bathroom stall in time to be sick, and the way in which I was sick, you guys know I have a healing journey that I'm doing, was humiliating, and everybody was cool who was in the bathroom and nobody said a word. But I couldn't make it to a stall and had to clean that up. And I waited, and it took me like an hour to wait until nobody was in there to come out and grab soap all over, like those hard hand wipe towels, and go in and like clean myself off. And I threw a bunch of clothes in the garbage. And luckily I had extra stuff. Of course, I kept my luggage in the Jeep, so and I adjusted what I had no choice about wearing. I put soap on everything I could, and it just changed the whole day for me. And I really decided I couldn't go back in there and face it. I'd rather, I had to change of clothes. I slightly changed what I was wearing, but it put my mood off in a way that I wasn't the best person after that. And I didn't want to take it out on other people. Now, the people I was talking to were people who worked there to say, some of the difficulties that I'm having and that I wasn't prepared. And, like, just suggestions for, like, because they rehash at the end of the event. So, kudos to all the nice people out there. And you know who you are if you're listening to me right now. Over in, we'll call it the Mississauga area, where I got lost in Mississauga, to say, here are things that would have helped me because it's been difficult. And I know they want to give me a disabilities thing, but I didn't want to do that. I said, look, I'm mobile. It's just, this is what made things difficult. And I didn't want to take out once I started emoting to them while I was upset. I thought, you can't be here anymore. You can't be in a crowd anymore. You gotta go, get out of here. And since I didn't have a hotel room where I could like de unstim, I don't know what you call it, to just have a break, have a nap. There's nowhere to have a nap, or go for a swim or something that calms me down or make me feel right. I didn't feel right again in my I didn't feel right again in my costume. So I went home really early, and I was just hoping that, the things that I didn't get to see on day one, a lot, not everything, but a lot of things would happen again. And I'd try again the next day. And then I just thought Sunday I'd do the same thing. But every day was completely different in my experience. Every day, the morning started really good. Like when you have a job you hate, or you have to go to school with people that just ruin your every living day. And I hate that if that's happening to you. I hope not. I hope you get away from it if it is, as soon as possible for your own health. But so many good, kind, nice people that you just meet at random that you may never see again. Although I hope so many of you. I want to shout out a whole bunch of people. Pretty Night, who was caught in the wind and the rain that was blowing umbrellas inside out, holding your umbrella up like a shield to protect like 4 or 5 of us who were behind you, and being so gracious in the meantime, because I'm like, I know that posture. I know that fabric. This is awesome costume, by the way. On her hair. Her hair still looked amazing in this half tornado we had to cross this road on a main street to get between the convention buildings and the main hotel where Anime North was happening. And still being so great at, the public. Well, this is awkward stuff is happening. Shout out to the Pink Maid. You know who you are. One of the coolest people I really gel with and totally understood stuff about their life, and they know about my life. And it's like, we really gelled in understandings about stuff from the real world, that we come to conventions like this to be around people who are not like that and enjoy and get some answers. And shout out to Tarot Mechanic Wing, because oh my God, just being that person. I'm so sorry if I talk too much, because I realize I'm talking too much and not letting people talk. But I am going to find you later on Instagram and stuff, and seek you out when I can get back to Toronto another time later in the summer, because the sincerity in your face, the kindness, the empathy, and the grace and the messaging. I think hearing it from you made me less scared and more determined to find a path for the stuff that we were talking about. And so shout out to you, because you're awesome. You're awesome. And I just want to get some more time to hash things up with you. Who else can I shout out? There's a whole bunch of people out there who you guys are going to see that are really cool and really fun and really nice, who put so much work and ingenuity into their costumes. Shout out to the human vending machine and that teeny tiny me that also could be illegal bees out there. I'm going to show you guys the most adorable teeny tiny vendor machine prizes from just regular people whose costumes make this event so much more than even the event organizers and all the people coming to run everything make it, because the people attending it are also making the fun for each other too at the same time. Just so awesome. And there's so many amazing, kind, warm people, welcoming people who would have let me take pictures of them, but as long as I didn't put it online. So I chose not to take pictures of them, so they know that they could be sure that their privacy is safe. But I just talked to them about why I love their costumes. I really appreciated their energy, and I let them know it. I just let them know it. For everyone who let me take your picture knowing I was going to plaster it all over my stream and all sorts of platforms and formats, get ready, buckle in. I hope you find me, because I'm going to be putting you out there and shouting out everyone I can along the way. I met key people and went to key workshops every day that just made that whole chunk of the day. There was one for the comic strip drawing. There was one like all about just getting into the industry as an artist who can draw figures and what it took to get there and all that. And I'm glad to know that I naturally sit on a chair in my bunny tail the way you must sit in a chair. Take up as little of the room as possible, right on the edge with your feet together, your hands down. that you would have to do for an interview in a Japanese interview in a Japanese company in Japan. And I'm glad that we got to practice this. I'm also glad to find out I'm very good at playing rock, paper, scissors, because that was used in a few of the events I went to stir up the public and get us, and to, there were so many places that gave us prizes. And I have so much nice stuff that I can now look at when I want to draw anime. And I've got I'll show you guys some of the practice stuff. I didn't want to go to the Naked Acrobats live drawings. I skipped that on purpose. I considered it. I don't want to look at people that aren't my other half, so I didn't. But it's fine. It's fine. That one I chose. All this stuff that was like the raves and the virtual outdoor concerts and the car show were all canceled. It was just too much rain, guys, and it was so cold and so windy. It just wasn't fun to be stuck outside. I feel bad for all the food vendors, especially the ice cream truck and the lemonade stand lady, who was very nice. But yeah, we wanted something warming. That would have been great. We're all covered in mud, and the grass. Whoever put out the sod this year, you're gonna have to redo that, cause yeah, that didn't hold up underneath that weather. And I want to say, man, my clown and we cleaned up. There's so many tiny little prizes. And I got people in mind that I might share the wealth and send out some of those prizes to other people. But my whole costume, my whole gamer girl costume got covered by the end of today with so many like anime buttons from anime artists. One of them was as big as my chest. So it made me look dainty and petite, and I loved it. But all the beautiful colors and stickers that are free, I'm not sharing them with anybody. Everything's mine, and I'm going to use them as study points for my own drawings. And I just felt some courage from people, and I felt some kindness and some welcoming from people, and I just met so many neat people. And even like, I didn't think I'd go to a lot of the doll stuff, but I ended up doing a lot of the doll stuff with my little friend, my little clown named Sandy, who is a heavy sandbag in canvas, painted canvas face and clown. It was given to me when I was very, very young. And I finally got to take it on a spin, and you're going to see all of the adventures of Sandy, my little friend, who got me into stuff. And because they got me into the Doll North stuff is why I found the BaaaAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA later. Amazing stuff. Stuff you think you would have wanted to do, like I would have wanted to do, and that I did watch when I was a kid, a fan of these things. Got to see it close up, sort of, or my phone did. If I was too short, I hold my phone up over top of all these tall people's heads and could view it through my phone. And I'm gonna share that with you guys later. I didn't make it to the gaming zone at all, and there was a couple of things there I did want to see. Some of the panels I did want to see, but Tough Noogies. Tough Noogies. It was their 30th anniversary. I didn't make it to the closing games because I was in something else about cats in Japan. Cats in the legends and anime lore of Japan. I didn't stay for the whole thing because I knew I was getting tired, and I started listening to myself and just going home when I knew I'd had it, especially when my knee has had it or my stomach has had it. I gotta go because I gotta be able to drive safely back. And I decided to drive back in the glow of the haze behind the gray clouds before the sun's completely gone, and it's safer. Every time I drive in the dark, I miss the signs to get back here. And it's so terrible when you're tired and you don't know how to find your home because it's a city you don't know yet. Yay, new people. Anyways, I'm still staying here in my awesome wig that I think I had in a very cool pattern. Anyways, but it is very possible that the fashion model streamer who also tutors people in drawing is maybe going to be someone I might get to collab with sometime, but at the very least play Overwatch with. So I found now 3 streamers: League of Bees, Cow Cow, Moo Cow Cow on Twitch, and Ragdoll. So maybe we'll all get together at some point. So I'm going to be looking for them later. I have not gone in to find anybody that I said I'd come and find online yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow because I am so tired that my face is numb. My back is numb. Between my shoulders is numb. My knee, it wants to just, I don't know. It just wants to be put on the shelf and not stood on for a while. I don't think I want to get into a bathtub because I may sink under. I'm gonna actually lie down. But first, before I do any of that, I'm so excited to show you guys stuff that I saw. And I know there's more people I wanted to shout out. And I'm going blank now. But I'm just trying to think in order of how I met people too. But and also Copper Kaiju out there. I know you're now whispers to themselves, but I know what kaiju is now. I've been watching so much anime that I've caught up on so many animes. Japari Park, the girl that's the cat girl that flies, is the voice actor of Quill from the Sad Panda Universe Crush Crush. I went crazy for them when I figured that out and I started watching the park. And also I watched all the kaiju stuff. I didn't get to see all of it, but to see all the kaiju, what they were. I took a little picture to show a little. So I now understand kaiju, what you were talking about there. And other ones that I found interesting. I didn't get to see all of them, but saw some enough. Some were really funny. But to hear the cat stuff, and like I always knew like Nico was like a cat boy or whatever, but I didn't understand where it came from until I went to the last panel of my night today before I driving back, which was the lore of the cats. And girls and guys, did you know why we have things like Hello Kitty? Why we have things where like all these manimals out there, the furries, or cat people, the cat girls of some kinds? Do you know there was a law at one point in Japan, I don't remember the dates, where people were advertising geishas and like those, I forgot the kabuki dancers and stuff, and there became a law where you can't show the faces of these persons in art. So where you would see a geisha's body or a kabuki artist's body, they were putting cats because someone said, well, they don't have a law against showing cats. And so then you got the cat people, the humanoid cats people. It was hilarious. And then it's transformed into all the different iterations we've seen now. And then I saw and took pictures of some of the different versions of, like, I knew about Luna and Sailor Moon and things. I grew up with Sailor Moon, so not to date myself, but things some I recognized and some I'd never heard of at all. So I took some pictures of some, which I'll share with you guys. And I have the cat with the waving hand, but I thought it was scratching away evil spirits to keep it out of my house, because I keep it at my front door and at my front door to keep away the evil. But I didn't know that's how people beckon the adults to come closer, to come near. I thought it was like, meow, meow, I'm going to scratch you, go away, to the bad people. But it's supposed to be lucky. Oh, and I forgot the name of it. But I took a picture of that one, I think. Because I've always had one. My sister's always had one. She always brings ones to my mom. My dad gets rid of it. My sister will get another one for my mom. She's like, but, you know, nice and pretty. They're lucky. So, it was very interesting about the cats. And I didn't stay for the whole thing, but I stayed for the first. I only left in the last 15 minutes, but I could feel it. I needed to get back to my vehicle before I was too tired. And I still have my wig on. And let me tell you, I forgot what I looked like. And I think I hate myself for being miserable because I have the resting frost face, like right now. That's my face. And everything's fine. But that's my face. I see my cheeks are so heavy it's hard to smile. So that's what it is. And a little boy seeing me driving in, pulled away from his mother, and me being a driver afraid to kill a child, was upset, and my face was not pleasant. But I didn't swear. But I just like did the angry grimace. And when my face goes in angry grimace mode, it's very Death Frost face. Okay? And mom grabbed the baby's hand and the parents looked at me like I'm crazy. And I'm mad. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Hold your child. What I didn't realize until it was too late. The child went crazy excited and tried to run to get a better look at me as I'm driving into where he ran into. Because I'm still dressed like a bunny gamer girl, with my bunny ears and pink hair. And I knew that my colors of wigs, like the electric blue, the bright baby pink, because people look at me right away from long distances in these conventions, I always see that happen because it's the color. It draws the eye. Well, I drew the eye and the little boy saw a bunny woman and he was all happy and excited and I had resting frost face on. So I was afraid I was going to accidentally run over a child and then the parents didn't look at me nicely. So I didn't look at them nicely. But I wasn't thinking about what I look like to the child until they had already put him in the car, so I couldn't like recover myself and wave. So I'm just like, just don't even look. I feel bad after. So shout out to the little child. Thank you for loving little bunny girls. And then the person who's a really nice person, but they've hit my vehicle, and property managers won't move me away from their vehicle because they're oversized and they don't fit in their space. I kept asking move me or move them, but they won't move me or them because they don't want him to hit anybody else. And I'm mad. He saw me coming out in my bunny outfit and he didn't pull out. He waited until I crossed the street and got up over the curve and then walked around the corner before he pulled out. He never sticks around. So he was taken in the bunny tail, I think. But the little boy, he liked the bunny ears. Yeah. I think it was a successful costume. I wasn't sure how it would be taken, but I really did expect that I would have spent more of my time in the gamer area, and I never made it there at all. So that's why you guys didn't see me hopping into any of the Blizzard games to say hi back. I'm so sorry about that. I just couldn't do the walk. I couldn't do it. I only went halfway in to the convention part that was the vendors areas. But that was where all the martial arts and the acrobats and the battle bots were. That's where the dollhouse stuff was, where you're going to see those pictures later. Where my clown, my little buddy, made votes. I did go to the ceremony to give away the contest winners to the dolls, but I didn't stay for the tea party. There just was no chairs, and if I sit on the floor, I'll never get up again. There's no handlebars, and I don't want strangers to have to pick me up off the floor. I really liked the look that I had. On the third day I went more colorful because I knew I'd be doing the doll stuff with my clown, and my long socks matched my clown. But on the first 2 days I went goth bunny girl, and then the last day I was kind of like pastel rainbow bright bunny girl. But it's okay because my soft pink wig delighted my family, and also it was very popular at this con. Even though it crossed many different genres and styles, cosplayers, guys and girls, everybody was in these pinks, and it looked just so happy. I just felt like I knew I'd picked the right colors. And some people asked, what are you kind of? And some didn't. Some just said, hey, nice tail. Zoe! One of my very first friends, Big D from the Werewolves and Villagers, and Zoe were the first to meet. I hope Zoe finds me online. So I'd love to say hi to you again. Thank you for complimenting my tail. Yours was lovely as well. So shout out to Zoe. I knew there was someone I didn't want to forget. One of the very first kind people to extend themselves to me. Well, we were just hanging around before the event even started, when it was too early to register, but some of us were getting into town early just to make sure we were there on time for everything. So Zoe, thank you so much for being one of the first kind of welcoming people. And with the coolest line to say hello and break the ice. Yeah, I had a lovely tail. I have to tell you honestly though, I put like about 7 different straight pins in it, like no safety pins in it, because every time I move or sit or get bumped, something undoes, and so I have at least something else to keep holding it on until I figure it all out and get them reattached. But my tail is attached. I came home with my tail and my ears. But for my beautiful Mary Jane shoes, really, the upper ankle straps on both of them both broke before I ever made it to the car to get down there. So I just treated them like free-floating anklets, ankle bracelets kind of thing. But people see me come to them from the front. I got compliments on my shoes from people with very cool boots on, by the way. Didn't know. They didn't see that it wasn't attached at the back. When I was wearing the black long socks, definitely it hid that better. But I don't think it mattered by the third day. Anyways. And a shout out to everyone who I got to know in all the lines, being kind and just telling our partially life stories. Find out how much we have in common with people. But something overarching all of it was how this is one of the events where human beings, regular human beings, are welcoming. Not just the people running things because they're trying to make money from you. Not just the people running the panels who and in some cases people pay to see them. But I went to the free stuff. The professionals who train people to do this, the professionals who made it in the field and now they hire people to do this, who did it all for free and brought lots of fun presents and games to play and humor. And to hear them talk about their life journeys and to hear somebody talk about the reasons why they stand alone in this world and are making it and helping other people, raising kids. Um, just this is the place where we were growing up wasn't always so friendly or welcoming, but now in this field, in this format, in this type of an environment, we're surrounded by some really warm, kind, loving-hearted people, gentle people, hardworking people, creative people, also very hardworking with their creativity. I saw so many people, although I couldn't get pictures with them to put on the streams, with angel wings or angel devil wings, done with this like the thin packing stuff. So lightweight. In the wind, they were getting hammered out there. I'm surprised they didn't lose more of their feathers. But individual feathers built on these frames that they wore, life-size angel devil people. Oh my god, the work involved. And that material, because of its perforated kind of textures, would just made these perfect, lightweight, moving in the wind, moving with your movements in the breeze that you make as you walk through. Just look fabulous. So love it. And the performers at the different cafes, so fun loving, so open, so welcoming. They didn't run out of the energy. They might have been tired at the end of their days, but they didn't show you that. They gave you their all. So it was really fun to go to all that stuff. And yeah. So these are my first thoughts that I'm vomiting out at everybody. For those of my followers who asked to know about how I did and how it was like. I'm sorry I didn't have better visuals right now, but I'll have to empty out my phone at some point. My email's already kind of full. I have to get things moved off to external hard drives, and then I'll be able to put together some new stuff for you. New ideas, new memes, new comic strippy things. But as I talked about in some of these events where they asked for volunteers to talk about their experiences or why they're there in those particular panels, I more and more saw that there's something developing here with you guys who are my followers that may bring me into a professional field, which I've always wanted to do, but like maybe through learning how to sing better and getting my songs out, maybe through the memes that were me joking around that I can't draw very well, which turned into fan stories that I put together with my art for our Tuckin' and Chill nights, which turned into our memes of me trying to depict some of you guys to honor my followers that always talk to me on the live feeds. And then into these memes are now turning into paneled things that are like mini comics. And I'm thinking, as much as there's a lore behind where I started and I've never shared it all with you guys, there's also a lore taking us beyond where my story brought me here that's been developing with you guys. And it's been fun, and there's humor, and it's joyful. And so I want to say I came to really look at it in a different, also business-like way, but like it really is interesting what's coming out of this, because I didn't see these directions when I started it all. And so I'm really appreciative of that, and I hope that in another couple of years from now we'll be giving you even a better show on better quality stuff. Maybe I can grow this in other ways. And for those of you out there who are just followers online but don't stream yourselves, but maybe I hope you come and find me and follow me. And for those of you who do stream, I hope we can collab or start gaming together. It was really nice to meet the people that I met. I really felt like I didn't feel out of place. Hey, Sean Don, how are you? Sean Don, do you like my new schedule? I hate to tell you this, but Trax and I were talking, and as you've seen, when Trax and I start talking, things develop. There's going to be a mini-series in my actual schedule pictures. Thank you so much. I never made it to the gaming pavilion. But Sean Don, you're going to be featured in a mini-series in my schedules for my shows. So I put them in Blue Sky, and I post them also on YouTube only. Everything on my show schedules for my live shows will never say YouTube. It'll just be my show schedule. But whenever I'm going to be on Twitch instead of YouTube, I put the word Twitch beside the name of the show. So, Sean Dunn, you're going to be a part of well, Traxxer and I think it's funny. Being Death Knights who raise the dead to keep us company and help us out in our journeys, and you are an active undead who leads yourself. We got a little meme series for you because Jick doesn't like I've spent so much time with you and have been talking to you and paying attention to you, and we're neighbors now. Jick's gotten a little worried. So, without me noticing, he's got a little beef with you. So you two are gonna play it out in a couple of memes. Do you love the memes? I'm not putting it in a meme series per se, but it's gonna be like a meme series happening on my show schedule pictures. You know, so my show schedule is put on marble, and even though it's not the colors of my avatar here, which would be the electric blue, black, and silver, but my actual colors, originally I wanted to have behind me on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel would be just like the blue marble, so like the white with the gray streaks in it, and then have blood splatter. And I thought that's too cliche for Death Knight, so that's why I went with the red and gold marble, like the red marble with gold veining, because our tabard on the Horde for AV is the dark red with the gold. And so it's like the gold splatter on the red instead of the red splatter on the white marble. But then in order for you to read my show schedule, I put the whiter marble or creamy marble to kind of go with the gold, made it more creamy on the outside flags. And then the odd times I switch out the colors of the marble just to make things interesting for the seasons. But and that's sort of like because I'm from the ancient Roman era. I'm the ancient Latin answer to the Japanese anime that was going on at the time, like Vox Akuma, who I'm a fan of, that I was following before I made this avatar, and I wanted my avatar to be able to stand beside him. Assuming one day I become rich and famous, or famous as an avatar goes, to be able to maybe talk to him in a live show one day. I would love that. And I wanted me to be good enough looking to be beside him. So what was going to be my avatar changed. And so that's why my show or my YouTube channel is older than I am. Because I was placeholding until I could afford this avatar. So I never got to the pavilion with all the games. It was just too far from where I parked my car. We were talking like that hotel is as big as a convention center. Well, because it has a convention center in it. And then there was a convention center. And then there was another convention center behind that up a hill. And it rained the whole time. I'm actually covered right now. I'm still in my costume. I'm covered in mud up to my ankles. I haven't taken anything off yet. As soon as I came in the door, I turned on my computer and here I am. Because I had to gush about it. It was really worth going. There's a lot I didn't get to do, but because of the weather, nobody got to do it. All of the raves and the outdoor concerts at night and the car show were canceled. The food vendors, especially Ice Cream Maker and the lemonade stand, they didn't make a lot of money. It was freezing cold and umbrellas were being flipped inside out as we all huddled together in masses of 20 or more at a time trying to cross the roads to get to the other side. And there were no chickens involved. Thank you so much. I will be sharing some of the stuff I did. And ironically, and I didn't plan it this way, I brought a little clown in my belt. He rode around in my belt with me. I've had him since childhood. And I know clowns can be creepy for some people, but I picked the clown that was least gothy looking and more cupcake topping looking. And I took him to the Doll North, which happened inside Anime North. We cleaned up in bingo today. I won 5 prizes. And then I learned that I'm very good at rock, paper, scissors and beat out whole rooms to get more prizes. Although lots of people won prizes. But I won a lot of prizes today. So my whole Gamer Girl shirt ended up covered in buttons all across the front. And one button was as big as half my chest. So it made me look dainty and tiny in it. And I was very happy about winning that one. But the artwork on them was amazing. Real Japanese anime artists that have been in the business for 30 years or more. And the newest ones were around my age, who are the students of the other ones who were there. And they worked on all this stuff that I've always watched. And look, the gaming artists, as well as the anime, like, hentai artists. It was awesome. Do you have any questions for me or anything you would like to see me do? I was going to maybe check on my Sad Panda games, the dating stims while I talk, if you don't mind. And then, if you are in WoW and need some help, I can come in there. I'm going to do this first, though. And I'm going to share. So I saw battle bots, but not in a normal way. I couldn't get close enough to see the robot cars directly. So what I did was I turned on my phone on the video camera. Oh, let me turn this down. Ooh, something else is happening. Okay, we did get Lula, by the way. Hang on. Let me turn this off. I actually feel like talking today. You're going to lurk for a bit? Oh, okay, no problem. I'm going to check it on my games, and if anyone pops in and wants to say, ask me questions, you can ask me questions. But I will share all of the information and the videos and pictures I took throughout the week. And there's going to be a whole little mini-series on my little clown, Sandy, my little friend, because he was actually very lucky for me this whole trip. So there's a whole spoof I'm going to do with him and his adventures, because he had his own adventures at the convention. You guys will find out what I mean by that a little later. But okay, while Shandon is lurking, thank you for your lurk. I really appreciate you stopping and saying hi. Ooh, we're gonna play some games. All the simple stuff, because I'm kind of tired. But let me do that. And let me move me out of the way. I'm just checking. Yeah, you can see the whole game. So I'm gonna go over here. Spatial awareness issues today. Wait, I really hate seeing the bar. Okay. Okay, that looks okay. I think that's okay. So let's see, Sophia, how are you doing? You just need some purses? I think we can buy you some purses, but let's check this. Oh, we didn't get the gem. We've been away. Oh, only missed 2 days. But then we missed another 2 days, so we will not be seeing Shibuki. That's fine. We're okay with that. Okay. 8. Gotta get some stuff going. 6. And 2. Okay. We got some stuff moving. She needs designer bags. Let's do it. Oh, no, 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 no. How many can we get? How many can we get? How many can we get? Oh, that was much more than we needed. Yay! Can we get her all those cars? She needs all the hobbies to be 53. Kyoko's waiting for them all to be 52. I'm going to put this back because these two need to be 60 or 65. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Right now, we're not going to spend any more time on her because, you know what? That's too much. You're too much. Everything's just too much now. Although, you need more of a shirt there. Just say, she's popping right at, like, she doesn't even have a shirt on there. Come on. They're all having issues with finding shirts that are big enough to wear, apparently. Samphony driver. We're going to wait until that's done. Vacuums. I kind of want to give our little resident harpy some vacuum cleaners. Let's see. How many can we give you? But yeah, we only need in the thousands, so let's keep going. Okay, let's do that again. I hope we can get you all the vacuums you need. Dun, dun. I have the Hava Nagila song in my head. I don't know where that came from. I haven't heard that all week. Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila, Hava Nagila. Hey, hey, hey. I don't know what they actually say there. Oh, and we need 100 of them, so let's just do that next. Okay, let's go. Okay. 3,000 more. 3,000 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2,000 more. 2,000 more. Maybe we can do it. I hope we can do it. Let's get it right now. One more. One more. We're so close. Don't let me down. No! We need 5 trillion. We have 2.2 trillion. I do not want to do this 1/100th at a time. So that's a no. We stop there. We're so close, though. We're going to flirt. Is the flirting moving us along? It is. All right, we're going to flirt. But just flirt a few times with our little resident harpy. I have to say, I wasn't so fond of the wig I got in the electric blue. That was a short crop thing for the sake of going swimming in my Death Knight bathing suit with my Death Knight flip-flops. I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But this particular pink wig had a little more when it comes to like the longer front bangs. And a bit flippy around. And I've got the cool little drop bangs curving like the quarter crescent moon over to one side of my nose. And it has these little pigtails on top. I did see one other person wearing the same wig as me, and in my head I went, who's wearing it better? But we just had different shapes of heads. I think theirs was fluffier than mine, but mine, I have the bunny ears in front of it. She was a totally different character, so it didn't come across like two people wearing the same thing exactly. We detailed it, outfitted it differently, but a lot of people were in this color pink. So I felt like even though I wasn't in like a character costume per se, I definitely had the vibe of the gamer girl I wanted. And once I got all this flair from all this different anime art, buttons that I could pin on all my straps, and that big one that I wore on my shirt, like, and oh yeah, so I also won by spinning a wheel, and I won this whole baggie of buttons, all anime characters inside them. And something else that I won from the bingo games with my little friend, 2 of them were card games. So I wasn't taking from the doll bins. I was taking from the adult bins when I was winning. I got 2 like nice, it looks like Asian silk, but they cover like these, one was a coin purse that looks like a red pocket, and one is like the lipstick holder in like a pink of the same kind of silk as a red pocket. And then I'm going to give those away to people that I know. I think that would like it. But then there were 2 card games. One of them is about love. One of them I don't understand yet. But it kind of looked like a green tea can, the way it's colored in and stuff. So I took them. And if they're games that I can play with you guys, I'm going to learn these games first, see what they are. And if it's something where like I can ask you the questions, or you can ask me a question and I'll lay out the cards and give you a reading, then I will tell you what it says. I think that's a new game we can play. I didn't make it to any of the game shows at all. Some of the game shows were canceled and moved to other days, but I prioritized what I wanted to see first. I prioritized any panel that was free, where you heard from people from the industries of anime art and drawing the art, and the comic strip, how to draw the comic strip, and practicing it and having it critiqued and then trying again. I prioritized all that. Then I wanted to see like the legend, like in Japan, what is it about the cat? And I found that very informative. I'm sorry that I didn't stay for the whole thing, but I really did leave at the right time for me. I learned not to feel bad if you have to go. You've been there for a while, and if things aren't working out, it's time to go home. Like, because I didn't want to just sit in the theaters in the dark watching anime all the time. Some people might love that, but I wanted to see the styles, but I only did it like, it was one of the places we could sit and eat a burger. Sit and eat some lunch, but not, I couldn't do that for multiple hours a day. I needed the sunlight, and it was great, but at least like coming out and seeing people, seeing the costumes, seeing the fandoms, it was really nice. Yeah, and also, because this is a convention center and because it is a hotel, there was some really good art, and some of those may end up being backdrops. Also, some of the dollhouse bakeries and bars and eateries or kitchens that my little clown had pictures in, because he got me into the Doll North stuff, they're going to become scenes for where Venus is doing someone for cooking shows. So I'm going to have some fun. Like, I looked at everything differently for what can I use for my show? What can I share with you guys and draw it into something else? Like, I'm doing it. Okay, so it looks like I am going to have to do this 100 at a time. So we only have half as much as we need. Oh, I hate myself for this, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it again. I'm hearing birds outside too. So that means the rain has stopped, because birds don't come out and fly when it's raining on their wings. Okay. Try this maybe one more time. Maybe, oh, I'm getting closer. No. I'm so close and yet so far. Come on, we're gonna crawl. We're gonna crawl stubbornly to the finish line. Look how close we are. Oh. Come on. Vacuums. We need the vacuums. We need the vacuums. No, we can't just do one. Okay, the money's moving now. Let's check on this. A minute and 26 seconds. We have to hold out for a minute and 26 seconds. And I got, so, no holds bar. When I go to a convention, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And that got me sick on my first day. So after that, I just went for American Burger, and that didn't let me down. But I'm leaving because I discovered when I finally walked far enough in one direction of the final corner of the hotel was a Starbucks. I got myself the lemon lime chiller drink. I'm still sipping it. Yay. Oh, it tastes so good. So I am concerned about YetiCon because I haven't found housing yet, and it is not close enough to anybody I know to have a resting place. And I tried to contact like a campground to see if they would let me bring my Jeep in and out of an RV park and just park and use all the facilities and like the public spaces, because every RV park or like tent park or like camping park, they always have that one like the public place where you could go showering and there's a pool for everybody, and then there's like a place where you can go inside for a Wi-Fi hotspot and watch some TV or something, where whatever bar is there or whatever souvenir shop is there, right? I was trying to find something like that. They're as expensive as hotels now, so that's a no. So I have to really make a decision. I should go. I want to have fun, but at the same time, if there's nowhere that I can park overnight, now I don't think I can like drive around and just stay awake for 3 days. Or if I don't know. I gotta do some research on that this week because I'm not sure. But if I did go, I'm definitely using this outfit again because bunny is one of their themes, although for the Sunday. But this was definitely, a good number of people were furries of some kind. Lots of people had tails and ears of different animals. And guys, because I know you love frogs, there was a guy being a frog costume, and he let me take pictures with him knowing that I would put it on the internet because I just said, look, my followers, my guildies just love frogs. So he let me take pictures of him knowing, and he just, he did tell me about the lore. And I know, like, it reminds me of the Sanrio frog from Hello Kitty and that, but it's not. You guys will know it. You guys will know it when you see it. I've seen it out there a lot. But he was just cool about it. There's a lot of, so there are close-up pictures of me with a particular Spider-Man, and it's the version of, the movie with Wolverine, and really, I think it's Wolverine and Deadpool, but it's, the guy was Spider-Man, but he was holding a skeleton of a Wolverine. He's like, I can't let him die, I can't let Deadpool get away with it, and he was like, so nice about letting everybody take pictures with him. I found real men just who were actually worth their word and chivalrous. So I asked them if I could take pictures with them just to like show that chivalry is not dead, because they held my spot in a line for me while I took off for an hour to go get food and get money from an ATM, because to buy tickets for the one particular show, there was one that I did pay to go see. I had to see it. Ghost, Dan, a paranormal high school thing, and they were all really great and really welcoming and really fun and really kind. And they worked hard because they went for 2 days straight every other hour, but keeping it fun for everybody and giving us lots of chances for pictures. It's kind of like the Maid Cafe, if you guys have ever seen or heard of those from Japan, and that kind of an experience. It was really fun. They were really fun. But to get the tickets, it was really hard because the first day you're on one side of a building and they tell you to go to the other side of the building. The schedule says to go to the opposite side of the building to go get tickets, and then you're there waiting and they say, no, you have to be on the other side of the building to buy them from this other thing that wasn't named on the schedule. There was a lot of problems with things not being named on the schedule to help people. And like you're like, where's that? All the way down through that business center? Down there? Do you have a golf cart I could get into? And then you have to go, and then you get there and it's like, no, we don't take Visa, only cash. And you've just stood in a line for an hour. And then you have to go all the way back to where you were in the first place because the ATM is right beside where the written schedule tells you to go to get the tickets to go get the money. And then you come all the way back and it's sold out. So the next day I came very early and said, I don't want to leave. And they're very mean about, I'm sorry, but they're mean about and raise their voices at you, which is very stressful for people, especially when so many of us don't do well in big crowds to begin with or conflict. And then you're being yelled at because they don't want you waiting on the opposite side of the hallway, even though you're pressed up against a window or the wall, so that you can get in line to get the tickets. And they want you to like, no, come back 20 minutes before. No, come back 10 minutes before. No, come 5 minutes before. You hang around where I can see you and I'll never let you have a ticket. That was the one woman. That was one woman. Call you out, mean person. So like, I understand it must be difficult to have to say the same thing over and over again, but to different people who don't know you've said it before, you have to remember you're still in the customer service, right? And if you're cranky, maybe switch out with someone because that wasn't fair. Because everyone's seeing something on a schedule or online that's different than what you're being told to do, maybe, or something. Like, so I did let someone know in a calm way, listen, this is what we see online. This is what it told us. That's why this is happening or keeps happening. Because there's like over 3,000 people there in one day. There was thousands of people there, and this was their 30th anniversary, so it's like a big deal. I met people that had been coming to these things for decades, and this is the first time I've ever been. I knew it existed. I didn't realize it was as old as it is. So yeah, I did see a lot of little kids again. Very cute family costumes going around. Not a lot of them though. So, but maybe they were more in the gamer areas. I don't know. I guess it depends because I was going to a lot of the I'm in it for I want to know the business of this kind of thing. But I think as you guys can tell, it stimulates the mind, it stimulates creativity, it just stimulates like I just spent a weekend with people talking to me nicely, bonding, like understanding each other, appreciating each other. And it's one of the last events that I can do as a single person and feel like welcome, which I don't even feel in the workforce, like you belong, like you're not being criticized and there's something good that they're looking at and commenting on, not the thing that, when you go to school and you're bullied, when you're the new person in the workforce and they're going to bully you out of your position, you only hear about what they zone in on, whatever is the flaws they want to see, and you hear and feel. You look yourself in the mirror and go, what's wrong with me? Then you have your own inner voice from growing up in a childhood where this happens, and whether from inside your family or from the people around you outside of your family, that make you feel bad about yourself. And then you have all the magazines, commercials, and all the people getting famous for their figure. Not to get into all the stuff they do to themselves under a knife in order to keep that figure so that they can keep their jobs, but painful. But like I reached a point and something changed in me this year after all of the difficulty in failing in trying to protect my health, not understanding what was wrong, and finding out this year, actually finally finding out what was wrong, to know what to do about it, and to see that now that I know what to do about it, it's working, and my family seeing that it's working, and that had I never gotten any medication for it, had we never found what was wrong, that it could be even worse right now for me. So knowing that I'm not going to be Hollywood's image, but saying, I don't care. This is what it is. This is what I'm working with, and I'm building my costume. And I'm designing for the costume. Not despite something about me, but this is my costume, and I'm building it. And to get so many positive feedback from the judges for my Death Knight costume, for example, people calling out the name of my weapon because they definitely knew it, and it wasn't finished the way in my head I wanted to. I ran out of time, but they knew the shape, they knew it immediately, and then I would be hearing its name, and that would start conversations. This time around, I wasn't a particular character per se. Just look, I'm a gamer girl. I'm a little bunny. And I saw a lot of actually Playboy bunny outfits out there. I'm sure that they're real characters from different things that I don't know. But like to me, the Playboy bunny look was a very big thing in different colors out there. And I was a bunny. Now I'm a more modest bunny because I like my short shorts. But if you were standing out in that wind, every woman out there in a skirt was declaring how smart they were for wearing a skirt. They were good. Some of us wore our bathing suit skirts because it was wet. And like you're not worried about anyone seeing something they shouldn't see because you know what? I wear less at the beach. This is good. Nothing's going to blow up and off of me. We're not pulling Marilyn Monroe's out there. We were very proud of our skirts. I'm always been very proud of my short shorts. Even when I used to go to clubs, I always wore A-line flared shorts. I'd roll them up as high as I could. But I felt the comfort and security of shorts. Because whatever happened, you weren't going to see anything. And I could feel secure in that. But to other people, you wear the right like high heel shoes and you wear the right top and nobody knows. Or if they did know, who cares? But like, I don't even know what I'm rambling on about. Let's check this girl. There's so much to say. But just to say, if you feel like the most of the world is unwelcoming, here I was not hiding my shape. And I was exposed to things, and my mom was still like, you know how I feel about exposure of things like that. I'm like, I know. But they didn't stop me from going out of the house. And I wore a crop top in public for 3 days. Now, one person made a comment about my surgery scars. Nobody made a comment about the shape of me, which is not the norm. Nobody talked about my oversized calf muscles. People talked about my little clown who rode around in my belt. They talked about my shirt, which they really liked and wanted to read it. Like, you know how you see a tattoo and you want to see exactly what it is? People like that with my shirt. They wanted to, because it says Nerf this on my back. And it says Game Over on the front. And the bands of my underwear that was sticking up from under my shorts, if you were looking, it just said gamer on it all around. It went all the way around. Gamer. And I love it. And I like it. And that's great. And then they talked about, like, I'm not a strongman, guys. There was a guy carrying a whole tree trunk on his shoulder. He made it with, what did he make? He used drywall. Construction paper and drywall, and made this giant log. And so I got a strong man for pictures to show you guys. The nicest person in the world. And he loved the anime art. He recognized it and the giant button that I was wearing on my chest. And not at all about my stomach, which would be, I think, the thing I'm worried about when I go in public. And so now I've been to 2 cosplays in a row where I'm not hiding anything and I'm going full out on my costumes. And I'm being like a lot of other people. Like, I feel like I fit in. I feel like it was cute. I got compliments on my shoes. I didn't hear any of the criticisms you would hear in a workplace or at school. And so it's like, it's really helpful when that happens. It makes you feel better. You weren't alienated for a whole weekend. To me, maybe some people, if they're lucky and they go through life not being hurt all the time, that's really good. And I'm glad, and I hope that never changes. But I think for some of us, that hasn't been the norm, and it can get painful and wear you down. So this is like a boost of positivity that I'd like to ride off of for a little while. And also learned a lot too from the ones that I met, like Ragdoll, the streamers, and the realities of when you do monetize. Can you really live off it? Is it enough? Is it a lot? If it's not a lot, but like everything's a start to something. And I got to see the fortune teller. I did make it in. I didn't make it the first round. I made it the second round, but there was a lot. We didn't have time to get into a lot of it, but I will be seeking that person out again. in the summertime. Oh, I almost bought the wrong thing. What am I doing there? Ugh. Also, because I was going off to my family's house to sleep over, and because I would stop earlier, because I'm like, you know what, there's nothing more tonight except to sit in the rooms watching the shows because the things I wanted to do are canceled or moved or I missed them for something else. But so I always prioritize if there were 3 things I wanted to do. I looked at what I wanted to do first, but then if it was in the farthest building, I wasn't going to do it. I went to the next best thing. But it kept me busy the whole time. Just the first day was hard. I mean, all the walking and not getting anything to participate in was really upsetting. But by the second day, and I found out that the night before, by the time I left, I was upset that I'm walking away before doing things that I wanted to do. But it was coming back the next day, you find out those things were canceled anyways. People were very disappointed with not being able to have the rave or the VTuber concerts. But then at least I wasn't the only one, so that I went home when I did to de-stress and decompress or whatever you call it. That at least nobody got to do it. So I know that's terrible for everybody else and the vendors and the streamers, but for me it's like, then I didn't really miss out because even if I had had a room in the hotel, it would never have happened. So at least I didn't pay for a room in a hotel. And I got to look face to face at my family and visit their animals and have fluffy time and have a good sleep and good food. And that I made them laugh, that my family's more open to me doing the cosplay stuff now. Because I'm the child that never gave up on Halloween, you know? Has been so... Fan Rose, hello! Fan Rose, I'm in pink today. I shocked even my own family when they saw me in a pink wig. I'm a pink bunny gamer girl. I never made it to the gamer stuff, though. But Fan Rose, I'm just checking in on my favorite little harpy. Because I leveled up Sophia one time. Now I'm trying to level her just a little. We're like so close and yet so far. But I have so many things to share with you guys later. When I put together all this stuff, I'm going to be able to show you guys. I'm in pink today. Because when I see the word rose, I think of pinks. Although, did you ever tell me what color? You like hot pink, right? Did you see? Oh, yeah. I think you did see me put you on the beach with Dimitri. Yeah. So I'm just checking in on our dating sims while I run my mouth about my weekend. And I took videos of the gymnasts who were doing an acrobatic number. And I took some video of a robot fights that I'm going to share with you guys later. And I brought my little clown doll with me. I had a little doll. I don't have a Barbie. And there was a Doll North competitions and voting and mini doll sets and for picture ops. And there was doll bingo. And me and my clown, we cleaned up. We kept winning stuff. So we had a lucky streak. So there's going to be a whole little vignette just about my clown's journeys at Anime North, which will be separate for me, I guess. Yes, this was the second one I've been to this month. This is con time. I'm debating whether or not I go to YetiCon. I did buy the tickets, but I can't find affordable housing, and I don't have any family up there. So I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to find out if I can get my money back because I can't find a place to sleep, or because they won't allow me to park my car overnight. I said, can I just pay and park it at one of the hotels because they have underground parking there for the hotels? They said no. So, if there's anybody out there hearing this that's going to YetiCon and has a room, can I lie and say I'm staying in the room, or would that raise your price? Just so that I can pay to park underneath. They wanted a room number for me. I'm like, no, I'm going to go to the bars. I'm going to go to the raves. I don't think I'll be back in my car in time before you start ticketing. Can I just pay for the underground parking? They're like, no. I'm like, dang it. So I tried to call a campground, but they're as much money as a hotel room. And motels seem to be as much money as hotels used to be. Everything is way too expensive. So, yeah. I was thinking I might try to contact my old landlord and see if I pass them some cash, would they let me use their driveway. But I haven't done that yet. I don't know. I'm going to explore it. Because I do like... This one was good. I think the Oshi Uplink was more helpful as a streamer, but this one was just in general fan love was fun. I regret that I didn't make it to the gaming pavilion for the video game stuff because I was a gamer girl. I was a gamer bunny, my costume. But you know what? Whatever. It was too rainy. It was too far away. It was up a hill. I couldn't do it. It is. It is. It's way too much now. And like you're not getting a butler with it. So it's like, why? I don't understand who has the money for like $400 for a night for a hotel. And they're like over $300 and $400 for one night in these hotels. And I'm like, well, what's the surrounding area got? But because it's a place I don't know well enough, I don't want to get lost on the roads. I want to find like something on a main road. So I have to do some investigating. I thought I found something in Airbnb, but then they hit you up with, you have to pay cleaning costs and taxes costs, and then we want this other cost. I'm like, no, because now you've driven up to a price bigger than the hotel. I might as well go to the hotel. So it's like, nope. Nope. I don't want to do anyone's personal, like, Airbnb things, like in their homes. I don't know what you call that. There's a word for that. But like where you get a room in somebody's home. I've never tried couch surfing, but I don't know if that's safe. I'm imagining it's not safe. But I could ask. So yeah, this isn't a normal Sunday night kind of thing, but I just thought I'd check in with everybody and say hi because I am excited from coming back from Anime North. I just got in. I just took off my shoes and my very long pastel colored rainbow bright socks. Because today I went all in on the doll side. The first 2 days I was a goth bunny gamer girl with long dark socks on my Mary Janes with metal bats on the buckles. But today I went more rainbow bright like a doll so I could go with my clown to the doll bingo and the doll tea party. And people really do bring the dolls and their competitions are like, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm always doing these things by myself, so that's why. This time around I could stay with my family, so I had family nearby the location, so I did it. But then I also got to see my family, which also felt good, because I didn't stay all night long. All the raves were canceled, the outdoor concerts were canceled, the wrapped, like the anime wrapped sports cars, the car show didn't happen because it just rained. It's still raining. It's rained the entire weekend. It never let up. Sometimes the winds were pretty bad too. That's upsetting. But everything else was great. I couldn't make it to everything because certain buildings are just, it was just too big for me. I needed to have my knee brace and I didn't bring it. I didn't realize how big this all was. I didn't realize how far apart it all was. There was actually 3 buildings across a couple of streets. They were all like back to back. Convention sized buildings. So it was a lot. But I prioritized and I picked my battles and each day I try to hit a different zone. So I don't regret that. It was interesting. Definitely interesting. Ooh! I'm so close and yet so far. Vacuum, vacuum. This little harpy wants vacuums galore. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no, we can't even buy one anymore. Right, I guess that's it for that for now. But we have finally racked up enough. I'm thinking that maybe I use my next round of gems to get a boost in the main game. I think I did it on the guy's side. We need 40. I may not have the willpower to save up that much. So Famrose, what's new for you? I have to decide which cooking show I'm going to do on Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Hosanna's house or if I'm going to do, I think I wanted to do Billy the Kid on the Trail, Billy the Kid on the Run. There was a few Billy the Kid ones. And then I have a bunch of just straight up healthy ones. So I don't know yet. Okay, we're going to check the guy's side of the game. I'm already yawning. I'm gonna go to bed early today. Oh, more bonuses. Okay, let's check over here. Oh, Oh, William, we don't get to have... Oh, William. We will not be able to get his pinup. Well, we have him in the bathtub, so we don't care. Haha. Okay, so we got this guy, this guy, this guy. I put them all back in their clothes. It's been cold out. This guy. These are going to take forever, man. They've been running forever. Oh, but we got Sterling. He's a nice demon boy. So we're waiting for everything. Where's Anon? He needs I wanted to buy the laptop first, so we need it to be like 65 trillion or something like that. 65 trillion. Ah, I wasn't even making a mistake. Yeah, that's all we can do there. You're on campus security? Yay! I used to do campus security and they paid us with pizza and pop. So I did the job so I could get free food on campus. We could go home each with a few slices of pizza. Then I'd have that for the next day. So what kind of I was on the walkie-talkie board where people called in asking for security guards to walk them between campus buildings or their car, and then I would dispatch to them go and pick up whoever the people are and escort them to where they had to go. That was my job. And I wasn't allowed to even stand up and walk 5 feet to the vending machine. I would have to call a guard in, give him my quarter, and ask them to walk 5 feet over to get something from the vending machine for me. Which they did. Yeah, they paid us in pizza. Because they didn't have a cash pot, but they were allowed to bring in pizza. I don't know why. That's just what it was. Okay, I want to do something else that doesn't take too much thinking. Royal Kingdom. Let's do that. So I hope you have fun with your job. That gets you to meet people too. Your floors are on the loose in Hogwarts. I don't know. I don't remember if you are a Harry Potter fan. Some people are not. Oh, Van Rose. There was a panel on Honkai Impact. They were showing some stuff for that. Oh, with vending machines? I was literally, when I was trained to do my job, I was the dispatcher. So I would receive the phone calls from my desk, and then I would have to get on the walkie and call certain guards to say, go pick them up here, bring them there. But I wasn't allowed, and this is in my training, and they were strict about it. There's a camera on me, and they said you're not allowed to stand up and walk 5 feet to the vending machine. At all times, you have to be ready in case an emergency call comes in to go protect somebody, right? So I literally would call out to the guards on the walkie if I was thirsty and ask if someone was available to come in. And I would have my coins on the edge of my desk, and they would pick up my coins and walk to the vending machine and put it in for me and bring me back what came out of the vending machine so I could have my snacks when I was working. And then we go home with pizza for the next day, which I loved. I had jobs just to not have to spend money. I worked for food, literally, I did. Well, look at these guys. I don't even remember freeing them up. Other people must have done a lot of work for these. Oh, look, I got lots of clams, too. Oh, the game is over, and I didn't help anybody survive. Well, we weren't here. So all the games are finished. Okay, I see. Oh, I won. Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. Okay. It's silly. It was ridiculous. But there was one guy who especially liked it because it was ridiculous, so I could always get my snacks. Yeah. Oh, lots is going on here. I think I missed a bunch of things. I'm going to claim you. We want sandwiches. We love sandwiches. Claim money. Claim more things. Oh, cool. Ooh, we're gonna get a honey jar. Claim. Oh, we like that bonus. Claim. Oh, we like that bonus. Oh, now we're up to date with our bonuses. Is there anything else? What's this? I don't know what that is, but it looks fun. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we have all these. I don't know if you ever play this one. I find it relaxing sometimes. Boom! We're gonna blow it all up. Boom! Blow that all up. Want you gone? Want you gone? Blow you all up. Okay. Ooh. All right. I think we're doing good. Okay. Okay. We're gonna turn it all into a bomb. Boom. Luck Kingdom. We're starting to run low. Blue. Okay, we need one more pink. We need 5 more horses. Only one more move. Did we make it? We made it for once we win. Yay, Royal Kingdom. Here we go. This is a fun little relaxer. Oh, we got a potion. Magic pots. Okay. Star Prism. Entering. Break the spell with your friends. Uh-oh. Okay, we got 4 friends. Ooh, Wilto has a archer thingy. Alright. Oh, well, we're gonna do that together right away. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to move this along. Okay. Okay, 8 moves left. Ugh, there's a lot to do. Oh, and dragon eggs are part of it. Okay. Oh, that cleared a few. Oh no. Uh-oh, 1 move left. Oh no. Oh no. We're not gonna make it. Oh no. Oh, we can play on. We're gonna see what we can do. Oh. Did that do something? Oh no. Oh, we're out of moves. We still had a little baby to take care of. Boo. We have to go. One more buff move. Let's go. Ugh. That's not going very well. Oh, maybe. Ba-boom. Oh, let's go. Go. Uh-oh. So much to do, so little time. We need to clear boxes. No! Oh no, we don't have enough. We only have 32 gold. Alrighty. So yeah, Honkai Impact was definitely represented there at the events. Also, Final Fantasy, there was a lot of that there. And Legends of Zelda, the tribal, that's one of the artists that I met at the panels from this morning, which was really awesome, and they're very nice. So it was interesting to hear from their life stories to get into what they're doing now. And it seems like they're enjoying their lives and loving what they do, which is really great. So that made me feel hopeful. I don't know. Oh, running out of moves. We gotta save all the baby dragon eggs. Oh, here we go. Help me out. Help me out. I know. Oh, okay. Oh, is this our last move? Go, go. Oh, we cleared a board. Oh, we did it in the last move. Royal Kingdom. Doo-doo-doo. Well, that's good. Also, usually I'm pretty open to different foods, but this time around I ended up opting for a burger because I got sick on the first 2 days. Things were too different, I guess, for my system, but then I've been cutting out so much stuff that I think my stomach shrank, and now I've stretched it again, so I'm hoping to behave for the next little bit so that all the walking, and the Fitbit didn't record my walking or my sleeping, so I don't know what's going on with that. We've opened another section of our island. Oh, we've cleared the trees. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. It's all pink. We're going to have an observatory. But boom, there's a crystal. Okay, that's enough of that. What else are we trying to do? Free. Oh, we could use that. That's great. We're getting ourselves some buffs here. There's always 3. Yay. Oh, yay. We could use that. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, here we go. We have to blast all the robots. Ba-doom, ba-da-da-da-doom. Look at that. All right, go, go, go. Up we go. That got rid of one completely. I love it. Oh, I totally missed there. Go, hit it all. Castle gone. One more thing to befall. Evil pumpkins. Go, go, go. Oh no, more evil pumpkins. Get him, he looks like a pilgrim. Get him. Oh no. How many moves do we have? That's a whole field we have to get rid of. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Out of moves, out of moves. Oh, we don't have enough to play on anymore. Yikesies. Okay, I'm winding down. I'm finally coming down from the everything. Ba-boom. Yeah. Oh, that didn't move as much as I thought it would. Ah, Fanrose and Shandon. You may both be playing other games right now. While I'm chit-chatting with you guys, just spending a night as I calm myself down from my exciting adventure. I'm okay. I'm calming it down a little bit now. No. No. Oh, and the other thing was this. So, unfortunately for my family, when I came home early because I was freezing cold at the convention on the first night, and I left early because it was just like raining and so cold, and all the night stuff had been canceled. They had been in a blackout for 5 hours. So by the time I got there, they're like, "Oh, that's really sad. You were freezing and you came home for coffee, and there's no electricity to run a kettle." But they'd been sitting in no electricity that whole day while I was running around doing stuff, so that's not nice. So there was a whole power outage, so it was quite cold. Quite cold. I kind of fight. You know how you feel like you're gonna catch a cold and you kind of feel like you have a semi-cold? That's how I kind of felt this weekend. But today I'm feeling a little better than I was. Yeah. It's just the weather wasn't with us, really. But I mean, there was still so many good things to do on the inside stuff. We just didn't. We hope for not having power outs when half of the anime stuff is like in movie theater. Like they turn a lot of the convention spaces were watching anime. So like if we had gotten a power out there, that would have really sucked. You know what? I'm very happy with my outfits, and the fact that I had my little clown doll riding around in my goth belt. It actually, it made a difference. And I pinned my Hufflepuff, you know those little puffy creatures from Hogwarts. I don't care that it wasn't the fandom. I had him hanging out of my pocket, so I just safety pinned the keys on the inside of my pocket so I wouldn't lose my keys. And I had him hanging out on the other side, so I had like a little object hanging on each side of my hips, and I felt like that was a mask to blend down my stomach. I got compliments on my shoes. I got compliments on my buttons. People wanted to read my shirt. It said "Nerf this" on my butt over top of my bunny tail. A lot of people were in the same color pink as I chose. There was a lot of people who were goth out there. There was a lot of people who were furries. So I felt that I made the right choice. I was different and not a per se character per se, but I was channeling gamer girl. I was channeling a bunny gamer girl, and I think it went well. I'm glad I did it. I'm definitely, if I do go to YetiCon, this will be worn, because in YetiCon, there is an element of gamer stuff that goes on. They have a gamer room, and they also have a bunny theme for their Sunday shows. So this is going to happen again. It's going to happen again. I'm going to keep taking the little clown for a ride. Because he was lucky for me. I was winning stuff today. It's always fun to win. Yeah. What are we gonna do with all this stuff? So if I go to YetiCon, that will be in mid-June. And that's one where the people who founded Oshi Uplink, that's where I first met that group. Of course, I'm hoping when I network to get to know people better, build some friendships, build some relationships, but I'm not sure if that's a thing that can happen necessarily, because I'm kind of seeing, they know their own people, they have their own friends kind of thing, like, and they're focused on the business side of things for themselves. So I don't know if that will happen. I was hoping it would happen, but everyone's got their own lives and things that are happening in their lives, so I understand. No, I'm gonna move so fast. Oh. But there's always been the Toronto Comic Con and the Fan Expo. Both of those happen around like the CN Tower. But they're the ones I always went to until I discovered YetiCon, and they're not as friendly. They're very huge, yeah. But there is an element of body shaming that happens there that I haven't seen at these other ones, that I don't appreciate at all. And it comes from the group of like 20-something-year-old guys, not the older guys who have daughters. Not older men, but that younger group who is unforgiving if you're not the same body type as, let's say, Wonder Woman or Barbie. You can't play Wonder Woman or Barbie without looking like them. Like, I pick characters and then I build their costumes to look the way they're drawn with me as the canvas. So I do things to make it work. I don't try to wrap the how they're drawn on me. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think if you see my Death Knight costume from that one, you kind of get the idea of what I mean. I'm building it so that when you see it, you recognize it. And I don't know how to explain that better, but I think I know what I mean. So I don't know that I'll go back to those ones anymore, because I'm also kind of tired of always being alone for everything, doing things by myself, but that is what my life is. That's a fact of my life. So either because I flip between not wanting to do things on my own, because sometimes it really just changes the experience, and sometimes I don't want to bring anyone because they'll just ruin it for me, because it's not their thing, they don't get it, and I'm not going to try to convince people to like what I like. And I'm tired of going with other people on the things that they like that is not my thing just for the sake of being around people. I won't do that anymore. I used to do that as a kid, and I won't do that anymore. So, I don't know. I don't know about those things. If I met someone, or if I was getting a booth and running a panel, maybe I go back to them. I'm not ready to do things like that this year, but maybe by next year. Maybe. If finance is allowed to budget for that, just to get my name out there a bit. But at the smaller ones, maybe. Vogue magazine? What? Unless they're paying you these body standard shit. Yeah. Here's the thing. I actually really had a positive experience at O'Shea Uplink in my Death Night outfit. And the fact that so many guys called out like Shadowmourne, the name of my axe, and that's how we started having conversations from across the room. I feel really positive about that. Because my build was what mattered, and my crafting, that's what mattered. And you had something in common because you shared the love of that game. And that wasn't even a gamer convention. So there was that. That game is just so popular, you know? Blizzard is just so popular that it's easy enough to find other people who have something in common with you for a nice little convo. And one of the animators that I met in today's panel said, you know, yeah, I grew up in Japan, but I wasn't into anime like all my friends were, but I could draw. So when I'm looking to hire people, I want the one who can draw. I don't care if they don't know all the anime stuff, because I had to learn it now to do my job, because I get hired to do those things. But if it hadn't been for that, but he got into it because he could draw, and he just liked drawing. So that, and it wasn't his first career. So that gave me some hope that, you know, that I'll be able to maybe, you know, get better at what I do, make it better. Vogue magazine, a fashion magazine for women. But I'm gonna say this, like, I saw so many women. I was not the biggest one. I'm not the tallest one either. I'm not the oldest one there. So I feel good on all those rounds. And they were in what I will call Playboy Bunny-ish outfits in all the colors. Baby pink, plush, purple, blue, baby blue. Not hiding under black. Because everyone, like, when you go up, they say, wear black. Hide everything. It's like, it doesn't really hide everything. It's just black, right? Oh, yeah. So, now this is before I started streaming. Yeah, it was before I started streaming. But I made a costume in a white dress that was body hugging. It was a long white dress. I made Japanese sleeves, so they were long. But I made a tabard, also in white with some gauzy white stuff. And it was the bottom of, we'll say, a white goth-looking mushroom from, I meant it to be from Fantasia, like Mickey Mouse and the Dancing Mushrooms. But because Mario Brothers was a big deal, I made a super large red with white spots mushroom, like sombrero, that I knitted by hand really fast, actually, because I was just using up balls of wood. I was using up whatever I already had. And cosplay really shouldn't have to be expensive bought pieces. You use what you have. A lot of people I saw did amazing things with duct tape, to be honest with you, and packaging supplies. But, like, and people were taking pictures of me with this Mario guy. He's like, I don't even know her. People, we're not a team outfit. And the girlfriend was there being really close. Like, people will like it. Just be happy. I'm like, I'm so sorry. If you want to go, you can go. I just kind of was walking this way looking for a bathroom, and they asked if they could take a picture. And I'm like, can I have a picture? And then we just were accidentally, suddenly surrounded by a lot of people taking pictures. Now, I've never been scrawny, but I'm muscular. I'm definitely curvy. I always have been, but I'm little. But I also have always invested in moon boots or high heels. So people think I'm about 5'7", and I'm not. But my characters that I draw, like Venus, of course, is like 6'1" Death Knight. So, that's why I invest in the boots. But it extends my legs, which I find if you're a wider build, like some people are like a pencil and I'm like a ruler. It doesn't mean from the side of you take up a lot of space, but when you're facing someone, they think a back like a football player is coming at them. You're wide. It doesn't mean you're deep, but you're wide. Not that I'm not deep, but in another meaning. Ooh, my wig just came off and my scalp is breathing cool air. Woo! I'm slowly disassembling myself. I've got my belt off. It's open. Can hear it. Oh my goodness, as I'm getting ready to chill down for the night. But so this man who I think is from Texas or Georgia or something in a real cowboy hat was an American man, businessman. He was at least in his 40s or 50s, right? And he looked at me and I thought, uh-oh, here comes the comments, because you could see everything. And it's the only time in my life I went out wearing white. You could have never gotten me in a white pants or anything. Once I hit the age that you're afraid you're going to have your first female situation in school, I never wore white. I was always afraid of that being me. Luckily, it wasn't me. I didn't get that embarrassing experience that a lot of girls get, but I could hide it. But I would never wear white because I was afraid of accidents happening and people knowing. And you can't hide that if you're wearing white pants. And I was out there in this white dress. I had a push-up bra. And the way I did the tabard hid what would be the not flat parts of my body. And what he saw was the curves for the T&A. And he gave me a compliment that was very kind, and he actually looked me once over up and down, but it wasn't creepy. I don't know, like, you get the sense of when someone's just, like, taking something in versus someone who's being a creepoid. He wasn't trying to ask me out or anything. He's just saying that he thought that the thing that I built was very nice, and it was, like it was flattering on my figure. And I did take care to try to do things so that it fell in a certain way, that when I moved around, it didn't unadjust itself. I did try to make it flattering for me, for my shape. So it's like, that compliment was really nice. But then the next day I switched into a 1950s style Wonder Woman. Now I have this beautiful cape, which doubles as my cape for when I do Jane and Proudmoore and World War. I got a real satin blue with gold edging, which matched both costumes. And I did the 1950s comic book version of Wonder Woman with the blue bottom, white star, but as a skirt, not as an underwear, like not as a bathing suit. And the upper body, I didn't do a corset. I had a tank top, which doesn't stick to your body, but it falls nicely with a spaghetti strap. And I put a golden eagle on that with gold ribbon to create the eagle so that it could just fall. And then I put like a gold band, like a gold belt. I tucked the shirt in and I put the skirt on top and then the belt on top. And the belt blended into the eagle. I used the same kind of gold ribbon with it. Fat ribbon, like 3-inch wide stuff, right? And I thought I looked pretty good. And because I love red cowboy boots, I've always had red. Since I was a little baby, I had a little red cowboy boots. So I always was into red leather. And I thought it looked really good. And it's one of the few times I've actually done like a dark wig. I do have a black wig for that, like a dark wig. And the headband looked really cool. And I guess I like picking costumes with cleaner makeup looks too. Unless I do something gothic and gory. But like it was a very clean makeup job. Saying I matched what, like the Linda Carter Wonder Woman with the 1950s style. And these like 20-something-year-old guys crossing the street or the road between like the Sky Dome, which is like the CN Tower area, and the hotel I was staying in, they were very rude and mean about it. So I had the one day with the man, an older man, saying this was very flattering. And then I had these rude younger guys, and I was like, if you're with somebody, people aren't rude usually like at you like that because there's a witness and they know they're being an a-hole. But when you walk by yourself, things either people, you know, love it or hate it or whatever. They kind of let you know. And that turned me off of the Toronto Expos. But at the same time, coming up the hill towards the building entrance, there was a father with a young, like 8-year-old daughter who asked if he could have her have pictures with me because he liked I was in a skirt, not underwear, and like as a strong woman, not like a Barbie doll, for his daughter who had dark hair to want to see a symbol for his daughter. You know, my parents wouldn't let me have a Barbie doll. This came up when I went to Doll North and brought a clown with me instead of something that looked like a Monster High or a Barbie. So it was different from other people. They said just bring a doll, and I brought my doll. And we cleaned up in bingo. We won 5 times. People maybe weren't so happy about me and my doll was winning. Me and my clown was a lucky clown. You guys will see the life story of my little clown at Anime North later because I think it's cute and funny. But unexpected stuff, right? But anyways, I ramble. So I found also maybe Toronto Comic Con Fan Expo is so big that it could seem less friendly. Maybe that could be why, because everyone, but if you're, I do tend to find the other people that are alone and we do talk to each other, right? For support. But here in the last 2 that I went to, this one and the Oshi Uplink and Anime North, people just were talking to you. You get half a life story standing in a line together waiting. And so, here we go. It was just warmer. The last 2 have been warmer. Now, I always liked YetiCon because you're in the mountains where people go skiing in the winter and there's outdoor pools you can go to. There's gondolas that take you up. There's all sorts of bars and parties that can happen. So if you get tired of or you don't like what panels are on at the time, you could, if you have like a room, you can go back to the rooms, you can go swim, you can do other things, which are fun. Last time I went, I wasn't sure that I would go back again. I twice tried to bring people that I know to them, and they were just so stinky about it that I'm like, I'd rather just go alone and not let people ruin my day. I know this sounds horrible, but they're not into it. I'm tired of trying to find someone to go with to things of my interest. I just don't share things in common with the people that I grew up around. I never have, so why keep forcing it? Because it's just disappointing. Now I tell you guys about it, unless you don't want to know. But going by myself, sometimes there is a freedom in that you can just come and go when you want. If something's not working out, you can bail and nobody's like having an issue. Where I think when you go with people, there's always compromises, or everyone has different wish and someone's going to be disappointed. So anyway, oh no, I'm going to watch myself fall. So I don't know, it's like 50-50. I'm never really settled on whether one thing is better than the other. But I've never been body shamed at Oshi Uplink, YetiCon, or this. I would say at YetiCon the mistake was that I would be wearing cosplays for just whatever I wanted to be, and it didn't necessarily fit there. Like, things that could go to Fan Expo really shouldn't have gone to the other one. Because it depends whether it's the gaming characters or like this one was the Japanese anime where something else is something else. But you know, do I care? Some people will talk to you. Some people are a little more snobby about it. Some people are just into themselves because they're modeling or they want to get discovered and they come with their photographers and they're making money out of it. It's their business. So I get it. But then you watch the people that are just creatives, and some of them do a lot just because they love it and there's no other reason. And they're very kind to talk to. And that's interesting to me. Yeah, I'm babbling now. I think I'm winding down. Winding down. But at least I have new stories. New stories. I'm not going to get stale on you yet. I think. I hope. But I am also looking at things differently now than I did a couple years ago. Before it was just for company or something to do, but now I'm also looking at, if I could monetize, if I could turn this into something, what would I need to do to make it grow? Or if I want to sing and draw better, what do I need to make that happen? And can I meet anybody to help? And interestingly enough, you guys are going to meet someone named Ragdoll through me. Awesome person. Also one of the models that was in the fashion show. Also so down to earth and friendly and kind. And they love Overwatch. So that's something that me, Legal Bees, and Mukauka were going to do. So I found another person who's into that. And they tutor artists how to draw. They do their own stuff. So I'm very interested and excited that once we find each other online, follow each other online, which I may not get to do until tomorrow because admittedly I think I'm going to fall asleep soon. But I'm not finished talking yet. I don't know. I have so much to say. But that's the good thing about going to something like this, because where I'm worried I'm running out of ideas and getting stale, and then I do something like this and I see so much going on and I'm excited again, which we all need for me. That will benefit us all. Oh man, I'm always running out. I can always see more moves, but I just don't have enough moves to make. Alright, here we go. Keep having to make, I think I need to keep making special gem stuff. That seems to be helpful. Here we go. 10 moves left. 9 moves left. Oh my goodness. Getting so close. Oh no. Yes. And you know, it's amazing to see how people make what they make too. It's amazing how they take our common everyday objects and turn them into some amazing pieces of art. And they're not even getting paid for it. It's just because they're a fan. It's like a marvel. Yeah. And you know, and that my parents got to see me in pink and they liked it on me, and like a bob. I've always had long hair, or I'd fight them to have long hair. I've always like mainly been in black, and I'm trying not to do that. But I don't know, somewhere along the line that's where it came and where it happened, and they're like, they actually were surprised and they were smiling and they thought it looked good, and they're kind of know the culture out there, and they're like, they get it now. And so it actually made me feel happy that they were into it and I got positive feedback from my parents. I don't care how old I am. That's still very helpful. And they got to see me in a look, in a color, in a style, in a mood that's different than what they've seen, and I think they enjoyed that. And that to me said maybe I'm going in the right direction, you know, because I need some more positivity and joy, and you guys have given me that for sure. I'm having a lot of fun with the creative stuff with you guys too, and because I told my story about my stream with you guys and the singing and drawing badly for you guys, and it's turning into something kind of nicer, that there's improvement, is like making me think there's something more happening here that I feel really positive about. So yeah, there's that stuff. And if it's just in my head, don't tell me. It benefits us all. But I do think there's potential for these little mini-series spoofs I do. to maybe be a comic strip or something, because it's taken the story that you guys haven't heard all about yet and bringing it somewhere more, like the next chapter for Venus. I think I want to really do something with that. I want to do something about it. Yeah. But I'll say, meeting so many people and hearing so many life stories, also interesting and eye-opening to know, like, when you find the proof that you're not the only one that said or thought or are finding in society that it's not that you did something wrong. There is a shift, there is a change, there is a something. It kind of makes you feel a little more assured about yourself, and that your perspectives are not skewed, or your perspectives are not alone. That was something too, because you never know who you're going to meet or what you're talking about, and it's so different with every person. But it's also, to me, fascinating. There's so many things, different things my mind is running around at the same time coming home from all this. So, I'm probably going to be busy with work, to be honest, this week. But if I can focus, by next week, I'll be showing you guys and sharing with you some of the stuff I saw. Yeah. And I don't know that I'll have memes coming out of this experience, but I will be definitely having some little slide decks. I think I should separate the life of my little clown at Anime North. But I didn't do wrong by putting it in my belt. I was doing it to amuse myself, but it turned out to be quite helpful, actually, because the clown got me into some things that got me free presents to take home. And everybody likes free stuff. And my clown was lucky for me. My little clown. So now he comes home with a whole new set of shows I'm going to show you guys, just because it's ridiculously cute. I don't know. And if clowns spook you out, then you get the gore from me too. Cute gore. I don't know. Do you like this game, or is this kind of boring for you guys to have to watch? I don't know. But it's something that's easy for me to do and actually look at people talking to me, because when I'm doing World of Warcraft, I tend to stop looking. I forget that humans are there talking to me, and then by the time I get back to you, I don't know if you're still online. Ah. Well, we do still have stories for me to tell from those sources from a couple weeks ago for new stories about different things. For the next Tuck-In and Chill, can be a proper Tuck-In and Chill. Okay, I think after this I'm gonna stop for the night. But I'm so glad that some of you were online to chit chat with. I thought I'd just be here by myself because it wasn't part of the schedule, but it's great. I would love to hear your security guard stories if you're allowed to tell any. Because that was a funny job when I had that job. Yeah. And what brought you to picking security? Okay, maybe just one more game. Ooh, we have to refill? Oh, there's no refill. Okay, this game is over. What is this? Gems. Claim your gems. 200. What do I need these for? Rolling out the purple carpet. Huh? I don't even know. Free lives. Okay, I don't think anyone. I'm a team of one. Okay, this game is over for tonight. We are done. I think I will now remove my makeup. Oh, that's the other thing. My parents got to see me in makeup. That wasn't all dark and raven-like. I had pinks on and purples and glitter. I looked very rosy, and I had soft, rosy pink lipstick. It was very bright. It surprised my parents greatly, but it actually suits me. I picked shades that suited me. Lots of drunk students. I hope they don't get sick on you, that's for sure. Do you get to drive one of the vans to drive kids, or do you have to do like a walking patrol to walk them around places? Or do you have to be like standing at a gate telling them they can't go somewhere and then they get mad at you? Oh yeah. Well, at least your thighs are gonna look good. You'll have a nice tight butt with the walking, and you get to have nice fresh air. I remember two guys that used to do the patrols, and when I would go from my campus to where we would do basketball practice, you had to go through this forest. And they used to just talk about how they cook chicken. They would share recipes. And I would giggle because it's two guys talking about cooking. And, my background, women do the cooking. Well, that's what you'll hear the brothers say. And except for me, because I'll burn it all, make you have food poisoning for trying to put me there. But they would just talk about how they cook their food. And I was like, you guys are making me hungry. Yeah. It's so funny how important it was for them for how they cook their food in a tasty way. Uphill. Ooh. That's really good. I have an aunt. Her whole life she worked at a cash register. We couldn't sit down. She had nice long legs and she had the best butt. She had a better butt than a lot of young people. She's like, it's because I never sit down. That's what she say. Because I was always standing up. On her feet. And I will say my grandmother, she had calf muscles. Her legs look like a 21-year-old's legs at 88 years old. She lived in a mountain, so when she did farming, she was going up and down a hill all the time on that slant, so that incline, always. And I went there as a kid. I dropped a peach and I had to run, and it rolled faster than I could run, so it almost went past the whole village out into the expanse of the nature where wolves were. And I was like, I need to eat this peach. I'm not leaving it for the wolves. And my cousins who saw me running down the street, down the hill, past through town, she's like, oh, you finally come down here where we live. You're so good. Think you're better than us up there on your hill. That's what they would say. And they called their friends. And then their friends and their grandmothers coming out looking, laughing at me, running after a peach in my high heels in the mountains. Because I wanted that peach so bad. I didn't want to leave it for the nature. So, but my grandmother working those hills, like in the mountains for farming, she had the best legs in the world. And they were not wrinkled at all. She did not have cellulite. She had these nice legs with calf muscles. I was very hopeful that that meant for my future my legs would still look good. Yeah. I once got her to teach me how to do a dance, and she could whip around a floor so fast you wouldn't know. Because she walked so slow in the house, pulling the grandma card. But then you get her alone and get her dancing. She's whipping around that living room, teaching me all these mountain dances. I could get her to do it if nobody was watching. And I'm like, oh my God, grandma. And then she wore those, like, the knee sock kind of things, and one of them fell down, and that's when I finally saw her leg. I'm like, oh my God, it looks better than my leg. I'm like telling her son, my dad, she has legs like a 21-year-old. They're not even wrinkled. There's no cellulite. She's got calf muscles like me. Am I always going to have legs like this? I was so excited. And you're talking about his mom's legs. And she's like, what are you telling me? Have you ever seen her leg? Why would I look at my mother's legs? No, not like that. I just mean, man, she's got good legs. Because she never sat down. She's up on her feet, going up and down the hill. I always watched her do it. She makes the best, she always canned and jarred her food for the winter. Even living in Canada, she would do that. Best food ever, man. But because she was always farming. Even when they moved here, they were still farming. So, but I'm like, oh my God, all those years going up and down that hill. Like, I started jogging up and down a hill. Like, you sprint up and then you run back down. You sprint up, run back down. We used to do it in hockey camp in the summers. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta keep my legs. I gotta get up and down that hill because the flat land is not gonna do it. And I'm getting my flexing back. My flexes and my legs are coming back. So, like, yeah, you love that hill. You have great calf muscles. But yeah, I was just so blown away. Like, oh my God, Grandma! And she could go so fast. You didn't know that she could move so fast. I would tell my dad about it, like I discovered like a big treasure. One day when I'm old, I'm not going to be old. Yay! I need your genes to kick in, Dad. He's like, well, you're half your mother. I'm like, shut up. I need your genes to kick in, Dad. I need that. I need that. Little bit of eternal youth. That'd be great. So I get disturbed when I sit for too long. So whenever I can at work, I'm standing up, pacing around, going for little errands, going to drop things in a recycle bin or a garbage can so I could stand up and flex my legs. I do. I still do that. Oh, well. Is my avatar even on the screen at this point? We're just in an empty throne. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Here I am. Yay. I've got everything pushed aside to the smaller screen. So things are layered on top of each other. Sometimes I'm not sure what you guys are seeing. But it's so that I have this background rather than doxing myself. I moved all the icons to the tiny one. So hopefully this is better. I still have to work on remembering to throw on music before I come in. But I think that's more for Twitch side. Here, I don't know. If you guys like it, I'll do it. If not, I'll just leave it. It's kind of nice. The only thing I wish is that I could save a screensaver that had movement. If I could figure out how to put like lightning bolts. Because I know I did it for the video, but I was layering things in a different system back then. It's interesting when I look at my older work, how I did it was so different than now. And the type of styles of pictures were so different. Everything changes, but that's good. Well, Shondan and Fanrose and anyone who stops by to look in on this later, I want to thank you for popping in and saying hello to me. I want to, even though this isn't an official Dragonflight Follies night, I just want to say welcome to my throne room. I finished off my lemon lime iced tea, and so I'll suck back some of the condensation. There's a tiny little sip left in here to say, I raise my glass to your health and mine. May you guys have a wonderful week ahead. Don't forget to hydrate. Here we go. Suck back that one drop as best as I could. Yeah. Oh, here we go. And I will look forward to seeing everybody live on YouTube side on Tuesday night. Fanrose and Shondan, do you want to vote on this? Do you want me to do an episode for Hosanna's house eating like you're in the Horde village? Or do you want me to do Billy the Kid eating on the trail with Billy the Kid, or eating on the run with Billy the Kid? Oh, which one? Oh, Fanrose, which kind of cooking show would you rather on Tuesday night? I still have another episode, Fanrose, based on your Stackhouse Tower. I actually have 2 out of the... Actually, I picked all 3 recipes for you. I'm not doing a drink to go with it just because of what I wanted to put with it all, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be a bonus round. But I figured out the sauce and I figured out exactly what's going to go in this tower sandwich. Maybe we were misnaming it as a snack night. Depends on what I put as the third thing. But we still have yours. You want me to make a poll? On the post tab? Do you want me to do it where you guys see, or should I do that when you're not seeing? Should I do it right now? Can I do that right now? While you guys are watching? I don't know. Is that bad? Nobody can see what this is. Okay, I go into my channel. And Oh, I have to manage my videos. Oh, on my own time? Okay. Oh, you guys got to get... Okay. Okay, so it's going to be a poll that's just going to go until Monday at midnight. Because at some time, I'm going to need at least an hour or two before the episode. So I'll give you guys a choice of... I actually have 4 things you could vote on. Oh, maybe 5. No, so I should make it less. I'll give you 4 choices. I'll do it after I go off here, so otherwise I'll forget. All right, we're going to do a poll. Thank you so much, Fan Rose. Thank you, Sean Don. Thank you, everybody who's stopping by to hear about... as I blather on about just getting home from Anime North, I would say if you were ever coming to Toronto, June is a great time to come. There's so many conventions going on. Con season is on. Or May. May has a lot. And these two, Oshi Uplink and Anime North, I'd say friendly people. Mostly the friendly people running it. Lots of panelists, very fun. Lots of prizes, none of it food. Lots of places to get food. And if the weather was good, there would have been a rave all night long with VTuber concerts, which I think is great, which would have been fun. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go now, everybody. Have a great day. Have a wonderful week ahead. I'm going to put up the poll, and Tuesday, the cooking show will be whatever you guys voted on. So please vote for the cooking show. So it's going to be eating with Billy the Kid on the run, eating with Billy the Kid on the trail, snacking like a Traxxer, snacking like a Fan Rose, or eating in Hosanna's house. Thank you so much. Take care, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye. And I'll do that. Yay. Bye. I'm signing out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Have a great week.